What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one we got some more transfer portal rumors for Michigan football as they're set to host a key transfer portal target this weekend, as well as some news on Dante and the Florida running back Trevor Etienne. Plus we got the latest on Jim Harbaugh's contract extension, and we also got some NIL news as Blake Corum had his toy drive today at Somerset Mall, and there was an autograph going on there with Michigan football players as well. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So I first want to start with some transfer portal news for Michigan. First want to give an update on the Western Kentucky cornerback Upton Stout. We talked about him in a video a few days ago as Michigan has offered him. He also holds other offers from USC, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, and among others. But Michigan is set to host him on a visit on Sunday, which is tomorrow. So that is definitely big for Michigan. Right now, according to the Michigan Insider, Stout is believed to be considering USC and Michigan the most right now. And Michigan, they believe he could fill in on a Mike Sainristil type of role. As Michigan, they will be losing Mike Sainristil after the year is over. So Michigan, they will, have to go in the transfer portal, pick up a cornerback. They did it last year as well out of Josh Wallace. So Upton Stout would be a perfect pickup for Michigan, and Michigan set to host him on Sunday, so that's some good news there. Also did want to give a quick little update on Dante as it's still early in the recruiting process, as Dante did just enter the transfer portal. However, one school that has most likely been eliminated from consideration for Dante is Oregon, as Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma has transferred to Oregon. And again, in his recruitment before going to UCLA, he did commit to Oregon over Michigan and UCLA before flipping his commitment to UCLA. So that's actually some big news for Michigan if they do want Dante We've already learned that Michigan has contacted Dante so they seem to be to a good quarterback. So some more good news. Obviously, the next step would be to get him back on campus for a visit, and we'll see if Michigan can do so. And I did want to talk about the running back transfer portal targets for Michigan. We already talked about a couple out of, Raheem Sanders from Arkansas, Marcus Carroll from Georgia State. But another guy to keep an eye on now for Michigan is Trevor Etienne from Florida, as he just entered the transfer portal yesterday on Thursday. And according to On3 and the Wolverine, they said that some in Etienne's camp have expressed serious interest in Michigan, to the point that some in Ann Arbor believe this is a very real possibility. So a long way to go, but Trevor Etienne is another name for Michigan to keep an eye on. He had 753 yards on 131 carries and 8 touchdowns in the 2023 season for Florida. Personally, Donovan Edwards could use another year here in Ann Arbor. But let me know what you guys think about that. I also did want to talk about the Texas A&M defensive lineman Walter Nolan, former 5-star standout recruit. Michigan was a major player in his recruitment. However, Michigan has not contacted him at all yet, and many wonder if Michigan will even contact him or try to go after him. According to Sam Webb of the Michigan Insider, he said that he was in contact with Walter Nolan's father, and he said that we haven't heard from Big Blue yet, but he did say that if Michigan and Jim Harbaugh did reach out, they would have interest. Definitely be tough to get Walter Nolan. We'll see if Michigan entertains that possibility and reaches out to him, but so far they haven't yet. So that's the latest on transfer portal rumors and news for Michigan football. Next thing I want to talk about is an update on Jim Harbaugh and the contract extension, as Michigan is trying to finalize an offer of 5 years for $55 million with an $11 million annual salary, which would be the highest paid head coach in the Big Ten and the second highest, right next to Nick Saban. However, we talked about it in our last video that the main holdup has been some language in the contract that states that he can't entertain the NFL for at least a year. That was reported by On3 and the Wolverine, and seems to be true, as reports came out on Thursday of the 5-year, $55 million deal. There's a lot going on right now. There's the NCAA investigation that still has to play out. We still have to see, if the NCAA will have any punishments for Jim Harbaugh, if Michigan will receive any punishments. But there is going to be a lot of good NFL job openings. Harbaugh did say last year that he was done entertaining the NFL and he just wanted to stay at Michigan. So we'll see what happens with this. But Michigan, they basically have put the ball in Jim Harbaugh's court. So we'll see if the contract extension gets done before the college football playoffs, as Michigan looks to go and win that national championship. I did want to talk about Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan coaches, as they are still making in-home visits, and they recently made some in-home visits with 2024 commits like Jake Guarnera, linebacker commit Jaden Smith, and wide receiver commit Channing Goodwin and quarterback commit Jaden Davis. Michigan has also visited Jeremiah Beasley last week and also Gatlin Bear, which was this past Tuesday. So Jim Harbaugh, the Michigan coaches, they have been busy. It's obviously the early signing period is coming up soon. Michigan not only trying to keep all their commits committed, which they usually do a pretty good job of, but also they're trying to flip some recruits as well. The next thing I wanted to talk about is Michigan being the only school with two of their players in the top 10 of the Heisman voting. J.J. McCarthy finished 10th in the Heisman voting and Blake Corum finished 9th. So pretty cool there. Just kind of sucks. You go back to last year for Blake Corum. If he stayed healthy, he probably would have won the Heisman. And this year, it was just kind of more focused on the team stats. But speaking of Blake Corum, Michigan's NIL, Valiant Management Champion Circle, and Blake Corum set up a toy drive at Somerset Collection. It went on earlier today, and it was packed. There's an estimated 2 box trucks worth of toys donated during Blake Corum's toy drive today. It was absolute mayhem. It was very, very busy, very packed, and there were thousands of people there. So just very cool, very awesome. Michigan fans, got to see Blake Corum while also donating their toys to the toy drive. Very, very cool. And it was a sold out signing event as well for the Michigan football team, as they had some football players after the toy drive. So very cool there. But with that is going to wrap up today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it. But other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.